like intentionally, you know? So that's where personally, I think we would agree, but I would draw the line. Um,
Right, because like it was known on dispatch, and I'm not quite sure when Wood came into the chase, so he might not have heard this, and I wasn't relevant at the time that I knew of. Is that it was broadcasted over dispatch that we found the car that had fled from us from a bank robbery, right? So it wasn't just some dude cruising in a local; it was a holdup crew. Um, was in there, so I thought he had that information, but it's very apparent to me now that he might not had that whatsoever, and that's why he let him go. So no, I do feel that I could have easily arrested him, but I just it didn't feel right, going in just undermining a lieutenant, and setting that example, even though he said that, yeah, we should do arrest and this and that. I thought, maybe we don't arrest him now, but it doesn't mean we can't arrest him later, right? And but you know,
and you're erring on the side. If you're on the fence about something, like I mean, you're kind of doing what I do too, which is like err on the side of caution. It's better to let someone go that you're on the fence about than to get them and then they feel like shit about it, right?
right, because the situation was that somebody at Occupation Garage had pulled out a car, and the people that we were fleeing fled in that car, but he couldn't get in for some reason, and they left him there, right? And so they had help there already at Occupation, and I counted there was about 9 other people there, um, that had witnessed us doing that, right? And I have bad experience in Occupation. My character does not like Occupation. I've been shot there a few times, so like my character, right, as a for a roleplay reason, just like I don't vibe well in there, and I get very anxious and nervous, and I just don't like being there.
Okay. Would you have anything?
No.
Okay, we're just gonna drag you back down for a second each. Let's give us a minute.
Sure. Hello.
Hello. Okay, you're gonna be not receiving a strike, but you're gonna be receiving a verbal warning for negligence.
Okay.
Your reasons as well as excuses are valid. They are acceptable ones and understanding ones, and they make sense. However, the reason why you're getting the verbal warning is for the literal actions of what you did on the original scene, and the original reason was because you didn't want to get held up. So that's why you're getting the verbal warning. Take it as what it is, a warning. And if we have to speak to you again, then it's going to be more disciplinary. Because how long have you been in PD for?
4 or 5 months.
4 or 5 months. And you already have. Give me a sec. 1, 2, 3, 4. You have 5 infractions already in 4 or 5 months, which is a lot.
Really?
Yeah. You
Um,
have 2 verbal discussions, a strike, and 2 verbal warnings. So,
can you quickly review those with me?
yeah. You received a verbal discussion on the 11th of the 6th by Sergeant Wright regarding a ride along with Johnson, where you were interrogating an individual for selling drugs. At this point, another individual arrives near the officers, shoots a local civilian, and attempts to steal his vehicle. Keni'chi, unsure of the procedure at this point, hesitates but ends up shooting the individual who killed the local and was unarmed at the time. He was talked to by both Senior Officer Johnson and a Div supervisor so that he's aware of what to do next time. You're
Oh,
then talked to by Wright again, where you were flagged for not completing arrest reports 3 times, excluding reminders. You were then striked by myself after discharging your firearm at the member of the public that stole your Tahoe. And then you were given a verbal warning last month where you clocked in to go to MRPD from Taco PD Code 2.
okay. All right, that makes sense. Even the one as a
Yeah.
cadet, though, that's held against me.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
your entire permanent record.
okay.
It's not against you. It's just It's like documented. I wouldn't say it's against you, but it's just documented.
I would say with how he's approaching the situation, it sounds like it counts against me in some way or fashion, right?
Yeah, in this case, yeah, it's against you because I'm not being funny. But how long have you said you've been in PDL for?
4 or 5 months, I think.
4 or 5 months with 5 infractions is a lot. So at this point, we're not going to be lenient with you, which is why I'm going to say any more serious issues, they're not going to be verbal warnings. And we've already discussed this in debate.
Okay.
It's going to start being a lot more serious things like strikes and suspensions. So, I don't want to sit there and tell you to be a Robocop, but if you're going to try and do something, then make sure we don't see it. And that's not me telling you to be corrupt. That's me simply saying, just make sure you do your job correctly in front of supervisors. Because don't get me wrong, you're a really cool guy. I like you and I respect you. You're really, really chill. But I have to do something, bro. And I might look like a dick in the situation, but if I don't do anything, then I get in shit by command.
I don't want you to
Is
get
it?
shit by
It's the way
command
it
either.
is.
I mean, if you look at my entire profile on PD, I mean, we're talking hundreds of interactions now with people,
Of
right?
course, of course. Just if you're gonna
I
have your fun and sort of understand the environment what you're in, is what I'm trying to say.
yeah, I just hope that you don't start to look for reasons, right?
No, no. We're not gonna fucking hawk you. We're
Hell
not gonna
no.
sit there. Trust me. Like, listen, I can say right now, there's a specific division that do that, and we are not it. I couldn't care. You could literally sit there and take someone to the dam and fucking throw them off. And if I don't see it, I don't see it. Like, as long as I don't catch you doing dumb shit, I don't have to do anything to you.
Right.
All right. That's the simplest way to put it. Have your fun and shift. Enjoy it. Don't feel afraid to sit there and to be anti-fun. I want you to enjoy yourself. Still want you to enjoy yourself. The whole of Div want you to enjoy yourself. The only issue we have is that you've put us in a situation now where we have to start nailing down on the infractions what we're given to, and we don't want to do it. But at the end of the day, we were all getting shit, and it's been discussed by command that if we don't do anything, we're the ones that get in trouble. So please, please, please don't put us in this position. I beg you. I don't want to strike you. We're not gonna look for infractions with you on shift where you fucking go through red light. Like, I do not care. I do that. Right? I
Okay.
do dumb shit on shift. I do the most dumbest shit on shift, and I don't get caught. Is the best way to put it. Like, trust me, we all do.
And
Just
none of us have perfect records, especially Wood.
yeah. Okay, listen, Kenichi, do you want to know something?
Sure.
I'm gonna read you my record, okay?
This
Okay.
guy has the most skunked record in PD, bro.
So trust me, if it's coming from anyone, it's coming from me. I've been striked. I've been given a verbal warning. I've been given a verbal discussion. I've been striked. I've been striked. I've been striked. I've been suspended. I've been striked. I got dismissed. I got a verbal warning, a verbal discussion, and 2 more strikes. So trust me, I know what it feels like to get striked. I know what it feels like. I got fired from PD and I had to regrind my FTO. I was fucking Officer 4. I had my FTO and I got removed because I did some dumb shit, and then I had to regrind for it at Pro B. And I grinded back up, and now look at me. Like, I still do dumb shit, but I don't get caught. So trust me, dude. I know how you feel. Have your fun. Enjoy yourself. Just please use common sense and don't give us a reason, or don't make us
I,
get you in
I'll
trouble.
try
Right?
not to, man, but like, like I usually go with my gut, and I go with the flow of things. But no, you're not wrong, for giving me a verbal reprimand for this. It's something I could have easily just put him in the car and taken him.
And what
If
was
you
what
put,
to Wood's point? You were like you said you could have investigated a bit more. You could have done that. You could have gone Wood
yeah,
over and been like to Wood. You could have pulled him aside. It's just like it just looked really bad to Wood right there. You know what I mean? It's just
to,
like you can always pull someone over to the side and be like, listen, I'm not really sure about this one. He's not wearing the same stuff. He's not, you know what I mean? I don't see the car. I don't see anything like that. Like, there's nothing that leads me to it. Like, what do you think? Like, you could discuss it with people. Like that. That would have made it look a lot
Oh
better. I
yeah,
think.
I would have, but he got sworn by 7 different people.
you know
Oh
what you could
yeah.
have done, and like tell us as like a hint. Next time, there was a lot of things what you could have done. Obviously, there was a chase, so we were very low on units. But you could have sat there and come over to me and been like, "Listen, Wood, I don't know what to do. We're getting swarmed. Like, what are we doing? And I'd literally sit there and just help you. I'd be like, listen, just get him in the car. We'll take him to PD, and then you can go from there. And even if you let him go at PD, I wouldn't have cared. At least I know that you would have done your job, and you
It
would have
would have
sat there and
taken
took
the
the premise
pressure
into
off.
yeah.
True.
We're taking the pressure off
Ye-
too. So
The best
from
way
the
to
other
describe
people.
it to the supervisors in the very was that the way you went about it was really lazy, and it was. You put him in custody for about 10 seconds. You let him go. I come over to you. I was like, "What? What's no custody?" And you're like, "I didn't want to get held up." And to me, it's like that's straight negligent.
Yeah, I mean, there was I didn't. That was my first thing that just popped in my head. Why? But it wasn't
Yeah,
really like why I was letting him go. Right?
yeah,
It's hard to be like, oh well, I don't want a power game. You know what I'm saying? Like, how do I say that like in character? That's just that right there. That's like, yeah, no, you shouldn't be part of PD if you're breaking character. Like, we're the standard of what people should be like. So, you know.
yeah,
So it was just hard for me to put that in words, but there was more to it would than just me not wanting to get shot. And I hope you kind of see that now. I mean, I have the whole thing videotaped. I have the whole situation. I always have everything I do from the moment I clock in being recorded in a file, right? So if there's ever anything you feel like I could do better, or you want to give me tips, or if there's a certain situation that you want to see my point of view, like I'd be happy to patch that up, load it up, and we can kind of review it to maybe help me, to become a better officer, right? Yeah, I've been doing this a long
yeah.
time, but there's still obviously things I need to
But that's
learn.
what it's all about, though,
You
Of
know?
right?
course,
It's just getting better and
if you need help,
improving.
ask. Don't be
Or
afraid to.
just ask for backup in person. Like we can take our time.
Yeah,
Kenichi, you want to know the funniest thing?
I'm ready. I'm listening.
If you're on a scene and you don't know what to do, don't sit there and struggle. If me and Steel got to not regardless of any supervisor, sit there and you can literally go. You can come up to me and be like, "Wood, I don't know what to do," and I'll sit there and be like, "Okay, do you want me to tell you what to do, or do you want me to take lead and explain it to you?" And you'd sit there and you choose. And if you wanted me to tell you, I'd taught you through it, and you'd get it done. If you don't know what to do or you're struggling with a situation, just ask, dude. I'm a supervisor. We're all supervisors. I know where you've been. We've been through the exact same struggles. Trust me, not a single person who is a supervisor has not struggled. We've all struggled. So trust me, ask, and we will help.
Okay.
And don't be afraid to, right? No one is going to sit there and be like, Kenichi asked me to help. Because if someone did that, every single person in the supervisors would be like, are you fucking stupid? He's an officer free, like, help him. Like, and that's why we're here, right? So don't be afraid to.
Next time if I run into a situation and you're right there, I'm gonna ask you. I'm gonna bug you. Like, hey,
That's fine,
yo,
ask
LT,
me.
and that's really what I should have done first. So
Yeah.
I totally agree with that, 100%.
We
Yeah.
might be supervisors, but we're here for a reason, alright? That's to help
Bro, we're
everyone.
like in Division A, bro. Like we're literally like the most like the nicest people, bro. Like we fully look into everything. We make sure we get everyone's side. We do take everything into account. Like there's no other place I'd rather be, and these are really good people to work with. So like, don't feel like that word like robo supervisors coming after you. Like we're pretty lax.
Yeah, I mean, you could have easily given me a strike, you know, but
It doesn't deserve one. It probably hardly
Yeah.
barely deserves a verbal warning, but it's just like
I'm not gonna lie. I leaned for a strike at the beginning, but after calming down, these guys sort of like putting common sense into me. A verbal one is more felt.
I appreciate that.
So,
there's
you
one
know.
more thing before we wrap up, Kenichi. Like so, like this is going off of all the stuff that like Wood said, right? Like I got contacted like asking about your general performance, like for whatever reasons. And I know you're inquiring about like FTO like a couple months back, right? And I'm just like you're kind of just like too new, unexperienced, stuff like that, right? You remember that?
Mhm.
Well, what I told them was, I'm like, listen, I think he has experience now. What you do is very like well thought out. Anytime we talk to you, you have like a full explanation. You can break it down for us, which is like really what we look for and stuff like that, right? Like you can break it down like you know your stuff, but it's just like the one like Wood said, the one thing we have to recommend to you is just like I just don't know how like so many things for someone like you. I just don't know how many so many things like pop up with you. Like
I
it's
mean,
like
I have a pretty good idea.
you know what I mean? It's just
Yep.
like all these things pop up against even like that last time, like it pops up about you, but like we completely side
Complete
and we just
bullshit.
we completely scrapped that. That wasn't even a verbal
Yeah.
discussion.
She's like,
We scrapped that.
Like I said to you that day, if anything, I should be putting in
Yeah,
complaints for these fucking people I'm working
these
with
guys
here.
were trolling.
Oh my god.
So
Yeah. So I mean, I get it. I understand it.
just stop popping up on the radar. You're doing good the way you are. Like, we're happy to have you in division. We're happy to have you in PD. Like, you're good to clock in with. You're not like one of those people like, oh, Kenichi's clocked in. Oh my god, my ears. Oh my god, I know this guy's gonna troll. Like, bro, you're a solid guy.
Yeah, I'd rather be close in than other people. Trust me.
I appreciate
Yeah,
that.
especially like at your rank and stuff like that. It seems like, you take it seriously, like, blah blah blah. You're like a mature guy too, so it's like, and I've said all these things to them, but I'm like, he just keeps popping up on the radar. And for F2 as well, like I've spoke to Kingston and I'm like, I want to get this guy in more trainings. So, you haven't been to a single training, right?
Because I work 12:30 to 9,
Oh yeah, I can see why
like
that's
Eastern
inconvenient.
time. So I mean,
Right, right,
unless it's a
right.
Friday or a Saturday, yeah, I'm game. Like I'll be there, but they're never like convenient times for me. Otherwise, absolutely. And I've offered to go to a few like even day one trainings and things like that. I've just been told, nah, you don't really need to be there. Like, okay, I love
Okay,
to.
well, so when are you available? Like
Um,
weekends?
so I'm available anytime after 10 p.m. Sunday through Thursday. Right, so I am a night shifter. I work 12:30 to 9,
Yeah, we
get
can
home at
tell.
like 9:30, and then I could be on at like 10, right, the earliest. Um,
And then how about the other days?
Friday and
That's like your off
Saturday,
days.
yeah, I don't work Friday and Saturday. That's usually why I put in 6 to 8 hours a fucking day. Sometimes, I would clock in for 4 hours during the day in UK time to play with the UK people because they're fun to chill with, and then I get back on later at night on like a Thursday, Friday night to play night shift. I put a fuck ton of hours in. I really do, and that is 100% probably one of the main reasons why I keep popping up, because like I'm on for hours at a time. Like it's not like I'm in for a half hour and out. If I jump in, I'm gonna be on for at least 2 hours. That's a patrol for me. Is at least 2 hours, right? So
Okay, well, listen, well, I'll tell you what, I give you my word. I'll message Kingston right now once we're done here. Uh, we're gonna get you into those trainings. Even if it doesn't lead to FTO right away, at least it's for you and it'll improve you. Like when you teach or whatever, like it makes you better and kind of makes you kind of realize what you're doing and the whole process of things. So worst comes to worst, like that's what you're gonna get out of it, right?
yeah, I'm
If that's something that actually interests you, which it seems like it does, so
yeah, I'd love to partake in something like that for sure.
okay.
I take out cadets all the time. I really enjoy being able to get them in the car. Kind of share a little bit of my wisdom, but I call myself the department fuck up. So.
I wouldn't say you're a fuck up. There's way more people worse than you, and
I
have zero, that have a clean record. But for some reason, they just like kind of slip by everyone, and there's like nothing that no one can really get them on.
right.
I would definitely not consider yourself like that.
It's a good joke though, right? Because I do keep getting in trouble. I keep getting these verbal warnings, and it's such a pain in the ass. When you do fuck up, and it just like I'm learning from it. Like, please don't feel like I'm ever gonna come in here without being pissed off and angry. Like, no, I'll talk about it
No, and
till
that's why we like you too.
the sun comes up, and I'll try to always find some type of common ground.
Like
Mate,
like
Joe,
put it this way. If there's like a problem, what happened? It's
what
so
are you
funny.
for? On his
What?
record.
What did I put? What did I put? What did I put?
No, just like the one sentence shit. Dude,
Oh.
fucking watch Ghosty come cry about this shit. Man, what the fuck did you think? You put porn?
It's really, bro. I thought I typed like some bad shit by accident. I thought I like dropped like some
No,
gamer
no,
words or
no,
something.
no, no, no.
Okay, but what was I saying? Oh, if you're our problem child, like that's a good thing. That's a good thing, bro. Because there's like, you see other divisions having like, their problem childs, and thank God they're not in our division to have to deal with them, and they're way worse than you. So
By the way, I'm gonna dip. So it's
Okay.
been nice speaking to Kenichi.
You too, Wood.
But yeah,
Have a good night.
I think that's pretty much it though. Unless you have any more questions. But yeah, just don't really worry about it. Don't like really like bug yourself about it. Or don't really change anything because like I don't know. Like I said, like the way you break stuff down, like we appreciate and we like that, and that's like the makings of someone really good. So
Thank you.
let's